Hi, my name is SELMO. I will guide you through our tutorials. In this video we explain 5 steps in SELMO Studio, step by step using a simple example. First we model a simple step with a start button and a cylinder that extends and retracts. For this we need the simple function step. In the first step we press the start button. In the second step the cylinder should extend. And in the third step the cylinder should retract again. The steps describe the sequence of the machine. Each step has its own properties in which you can make certain settings. You can divide several steps into groups, which are then displayed in the system layer. The automatically generated step ID is displayed. You can enter the step name. The step type is displayed. If necessary, you can enter a HMI display text that should appear in the generated HMI. With the timeout you can monitor the duration of the process to a given time. The next step is to model a process with a timer function. Here again our example with a start button and a cylinder, which should extend after pressing the start button and retract after the timer has expired. In the first step we press the start button. In the second step, the cylinder should extend. In the third step, the timer runs with the chosen time. A timer step automatically generates a system zone in which a 2 is already written in the timer step. In the fourth step, the cylinder should retract again. Like the normal step, the timer step has certain properties. You can add it to a group, change the name, the step type is displayed, and an HMI display text can be assigned. The system zone can be shown or hidden as you want. There is again a timeout function. The actual function of the timer step is in the timer value. Here it is specified in seconds how long the timer should run, until it jumps to the next step. In this case, the cylinder should retract after 5 seconds. Next we show how to model with a decision. A decision is needed when there are 2 possible paths that the system should take. In our case, either cylinder A or B should extend. The decision automatically inserts 5 steps. Path 1 and Path 2. In the first path the cylinder A shall be extended. We enter this in the step of Path 1. Each path has a jump step inserted at the end, which can be used to jump to any step in the sequence. In our case, the system jumps back to the beginning. In the second path, cylinder B should be extended. We enter this again in the step of Path 2. The decision also automatically adds 5 system zones. First the decision zone, XOR, which is automatically written in the bit control with a 2, as well as a zone and an inverted zone for each path. Normally you don't have to change anything in the properties. For the decision you have to select the 2 paths. In our case, Path 1 would be the third step in which cylinder A should extend. Path 2 would be the 5th step in which cylinder B should extend. The system zones can also be hidden. For each path a normal and a jump step will be inserted. In these jump steps you have to select the step in which the system should jump after the end of the path. For both paths this would be the beginning, the first step. Also here, the start button. For the rest the properties stay the same, no changes needed. Next we put in a single jump step. This is needed to jump into any step. For this again we take our example with a cylinder, which should extend and retract. Now we add a jump step. There are 2 types of jump steps: conditional jump and absolute jump. A conditional jump requires a variable as a jump condition. If the value in the variable settings is 0, this jump will be an absolute jump. Here we want the cylinder to extract again, so step 2. An absolute jump always jumps into the step that you choose. In our case, the system should jump to the first step. At last, we explain the loop step. A loop step is needed if you want to repeat a certain sequence as often as you want. Let's take again our example with a cylinder. In the properties you set how often the loop should repeat. In our case we take 4 times. Under looping iterations we enter a 4. You can also define from which step the loop should start. Here we select the second step. With the start button we start the system and the loop lets the cylinder extend and retract 4 times. That's it for today, thank you and we'll see you in the next video.